Hey there, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies, out for a walk. There's the North Saskatchewan River, a beautiful day, it's just been raining. Today I want to talk about the importance of going deeper. You may have noticed food is more expensive, gas prices are up. That's all likely to continue. And there's a lot that could be said about permaculture and food security, getting to know your neighbors, and all of that is extremely important. But you're here for marketing, so let me talk about your business. It's very tempting in a moment like this to say, I'm going to finally buckle and do all that manipulative shit that they're telling me to do because I need the money. And I say don't. I say go deeper. Are you starting to believe me about the niche thing? That it's important to have a niche? Is that landing yet? Is that sinking in for you? Because you may have noticed that the lack of having a niche is the lack of a business. The thing that needs to be decided on now is, do you have a business or do you have a hobby? As the times get stranger and the days get more uncertain, it's really critical to make that decision. Don't waver, don't waffle. Fall down on one side or the other. If you have a hobby, beautiful. You got another way to sustain yourself, God bless it. But if it's a business, we want to treat it as a business, and that means going deep into the fundamentals. So there's my starter kit on my website, easy to find at marketingforhippies.com. You go to marketingforhippies.com/steps, you'll see the 5 fundamentals, and you can dig into that. But that's where the business success comes from, are those fundamentals being tended to. And once you've got the kind of ethics part of it, the how you make it feel good, the niche is the next thing. And this is where almost everyone struggles. Almost everyone who books a puttering session with me is struggling with their niche. So wherever you get the help, however you get it, with me, with somebody else, nail your niche. If it's a business, figure it out. Because I can tell you what's coming. As everything gets more expensive, there are going to be a lot of people in your own industries and scenes who will drop out. If you're in the yoga scene, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Most of the studios are gone. It's over. A lot of yoga teachers, some of the big ones, have quit. So we're going to see that across industries, and there will be a few people left standing. And I'm not saying people should be left standing. I'm not saying that's the right thing, or that people who quit shouldn't have at all. But I'm saying if your interest is in having an independent livelihood, having your own business, then you need to decide that it's a business. And that means handling the foundations. You've got to decide at a certain point, is this a tent that I want to live in, or is this a house? Because if it's a house, you got to get busy building a house. If it's a tent, you never have to tend to those foundations. You never have to work on the framing or the structure of it. You just have to be in a tent. So I think these times are going to really divide people up. We'll see who wants what. And again, I'm not saying living in a tent is great. Most of our ancestors lived in some version of temporary structures most of their days, and traveled around quite a bit. So I'm not disparaging it, but I am saying decide, because the decision may be made for you. The ones who survive, I suggest, will not be the ones who've got the fanciest tactics. They're not going to be the ones who've, signed up for the $10,000 coaching program, promising them $600,000, six-figure income. And they're not going to be the ones who have the best tech. They're going to be the ones that have the best foundations. That's who's going to make it through this. The shakeups to come, and the shakeups that have already happened. It'll be the people who have a very good sense of ethics, because that's the basis of the word of mouth long term. It's going to be people who have an extremely clear niche, a very well-articulated point of view, a really solid, sustainable business model that makes it safe for people to check them out, but it's also satisfying for them and simple enough to run, and who figured out the hub marketing, who've built good relationships. It keeps coming back to those 5 things. But if you just live in a tent and it's a hobby, there's no motivation to do it. And what I'm saying is the times that are coming, I would suggest you're going to have to choose, or it will be chosen for you, and you'll be knocked right out of business. You won't be able to afford to stay in business. So if you want to stay in business, get building now. Because the times that are coming are going to huff, and they're going to puff, and they're going to blow your little tent over. Yeah. And then, I suppose that's the other thing. You won't even have a tent anymore. Some people are just going to have to live in that big, collective micro apartment, the micro condo. Not exactly the socialist dream, more the capitalist dream. They got you packed in like sardines, making a fortune from you. And of course I'm saying that literally, but also metaphorically. So if you want some independence, not some kind of false, insane capitalist machine version of, community, meaning living in a apartment packed with people you're never going to meet and you don't know. But you still want some independent livelihood. You don't want to be stuck on some universal basic income or whatever. Get working on the foundations. Really dig. It's time to dig deep. If you've been waiting for a bell to toll, it's been tolling for a while now. The writing is on the wall that the times that are coming are tough. I hope I don't sound too doomsday. It's just look around. Look at the price of homes. Look at the price of cars. Look at the price of gas and food. And do we really think that's going to go away soon? I don't. So, anyways, there you go. That's my rant for the day. I hope you're doing well out there, taking care of yourself. And I hope any plans you have to build a house are going well. And hey, no reason you can't build a collective house on your own. Who needs a micro condo when you can have an eco community? Am I right? All right, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. Of course, you can hit the red subscribe button, the little bell icon. It'll notify you when other videos come up. And you can always check me out at marketingforhippies.com.